Hello everybody, it's Pete Cossaboon, the Angel Encourager. I'm knowing everybody's doing good tonight. How is everybody tonight? Oh, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that so much. So today we're going to talk about Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel is a really cool archangel because he helps us to take painful past memories and really turn them around and see them for who they are. Hi Candace, how you doing tonight? I just saw you over there on Audra's thing. I'm kind of tired tonight, so forgive me, and on Andrew's as well. So we've had a lot of fun tonight. So yes, Archangel Zadkiel, he helps us to really see our painful memories in a different way. He helps us to be able to turn those things around. He also helps us with memorizing facts and figures. Do I know Dixon Cider? No, I sure don't, sweetheart. I don't. Who is Dixon Cider? Do you want to talk about that tonight? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I've done a lot of readings today. I mean, Periscope has absolutely just changed my entire business. I am so thankful for all of you that tune in and who just, listen to what I have to say and what the angels really kind of spread through me. I hope that everybody can feel the what business am I in? Well, I am an angel intuitive medium. I also have actually 4 businesses. I also am the station manager for the TrueToYouRadio.com, which is an internet radio station, and LGBTQTalkRadio.com, which is another internet radio station. So if you ever want to hear Pete's voice, you can always go to either LGBTQTalkRadio.com or TrueToYouRadio.com, and you'll hear all about Pete. Also, if you want to know more about me, hi, how you doing, Stephanie? You can also go to Facebook. You can go to The Angel Encourager. I would love for everybody to join my newsletter. It's a free newsletter. And hi, how you doing? And you get a weekly lesson on a different archangel. The coming archangel this Sunday, I'm so excited about, is Archangel Zadkiel, and she's going to help us to declutter. Dixon Cider. Oh, is that a member? I don't even know. Somebody was asking about Dixon Cider before. So yes, Archangel Zadkiel, he helps us to remember our spiritual origins and our divine order. He helps us to, hi, how you doing from Alabaster? That's so fantastic. My website is www.petecossaboon.com. It's PETECOSSABOON.com. It actually is quite a mess, but today I actually talked to a web designer, and I'm getting a brand new website built. So I am so excited, so very excited. Right now, probably the best place to get with me is on Facebook at The Angel Encourager. That right there. Hello from Canada. How you doing? So does anybody have any questions or anything tonight? I can't really stay on too long because I am just kind of a little bit tired, but I wait all day long to get with you. I'm serious. I really do. I just love to connect to spirit, and I want everybody to make sure that they know that none of this information comes from me. It all comes, from divine order, comes straight from the angels. It comes from the love. So does anybody have purple? Oh, I love and the color purple is not only about royalty. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So do you want to talk about your angel work and what you do? Because, it is just so, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I just love it. But does anybody have any questions, or would anybody like maybe a quick card reading or something like that? I would love to do. I've been doing them all day long, but I just cannot get enough of them. I love connecting and helping people. Okay, Gypsy City, would you like to give me a specific, I'll get to that later. Would you like to give me a specific topic or subject that you'd like to do? What you mean by angel work? Well, what I mean by angel work is that I am an angel intuitive medium, and so I connect with the angels, the archangels. There's basically 15 that I work with, and there's just different energies that's just and so many people ask, is that the way I'm supposed to connect spiritually? It's really up to you. How you do. It's how you connect. How you doing tonight? So good to see you as well. There was somebody that wanted a reading. Could they give me either a topic or a subject that they would like me to do a reading on? Work in personal growth just wrapped up. Okay, absolutely. Let's do that real quick. Is it a religion? No, it's not really a religion. I don't really subscribe to any particular religion. Of course, my background, I guess, would say from Christianity because I am, in America. And so that's what I would say it's from. But it's not a religion. It's more about just spirituality. Thank you. How you doing? Oh, your name means angel. That's so cool. I love that. So remind me again. My brain is really tired. I had a lot of readings. Was it about? It was about relationships, right? Yes. Okay. I was thinking. I'm feeling a past, present, future card pull for you. Let's see what we get here. This is for Gypsy. Okay. Well, the before card is Hello from Heaven. So what that's really telling me is that you felt inspired from what's happened in your past to where you are now to really do whatever happened, whether the relationship ended or whatever, from someone that transitioned. There's somebody that's transitioned that cares about you very much, and they were giving you kind of signs, and they're kind of giving you signs and thinkings about that current relationship and what you should have done. Did you feel kind of inspired as to what happened with that relationship, whether it ended or it grew? I'm kind of almost feeling like it ended or something like that, and it feels like okay, okay, all right, and I feel like it was somebody, yes, that had transitioned that was kind of giving you sort of an idea that this really wasn't for you, that type of thing, and I'm just going to show you that's your before card. Your present card is Crystal Clear Intentions from Archangel Michael. So I feel like because of this relationship, how you doing, Andra? Thank you, sweetheart. I'm rocking the tie tonight. Your current relationship, or I'm sorry, your current status, the relationship that you had has really crystallized in you exactly what you want in a relationship, and I think that's the most important part. Like, I recently had a breakup that just kind of devastated me, but I was able to take the parts of it and really turn it around for myself to see, what I now wanted in the next relationship. And there were great things about it, and there were things I didn't like about it. And it's like, you have the ability to call forth what it is that you want. You have the ability to decide. Before I was coming from this, hi, how you doing, from Mississippi? I was coming from this very viewpoint of, if they paid any attention to me, I was in. Yes, it is the Doreen Virtue. It's the Archangel Oracle cards. Those are the ones that I use. So yeah, I think that's fantastic. So that's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on what that relationship gave you, which it gave you clarity about, okay, I like this, but I didn't like that. So the next guy, and you're going to kind of get this when you meet people, there's going to be things about them, they're going to like ring like, oh, no. I've seen this pattern before. So I want you to, oh, you're so sweet, Andra. So I really think that's great. Now, and that's your present card right there. Your future card is the Peace card, and I think that's really cool because what they're telling you is just to stand in this space where you're fine by yourself, and this is what's going to happen to you. As soon as you focus on peace and on just making yourself happy and starting to really fall in love with you, because that's what I want you to fall in love with you. Sorry about that. And once you learn how to fall in love with you, I don't know why my phone's going off all of a sudden, why I won't shut up. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Once you fall in love with you, you're going to find out that that others are going to fall in love with you. It's going to be so easy. So it's not about focusing on the lack of having a relationship. It's focusing on how much you love yourself. So I want you to draw in that peace unto yourself. Just kind of breathe and relax, and you're going to have it. So does that help you any, Gypsy? Did that help you tonight? I think you're in a wonderful place. Oh my goodness, somebody's trying to reach me. That's true. That's true. New home and biz for Candace. Okay. And I love all y'all responding to me tonight. Yes, you can check me out at Angels Are Speaking. They sure are. You can go to facebook.com and look me up at the Angel Encourager. That's usually the best place right now for me to catch me. I do a daily card reading. I also do a midday and an evening message from that particular archangel. And I also put my periscopes on there, so there's all kinds of information on there. And I've done about 13 periscopes, I think, so far. And they have just been a blast. I mean, here I am. It's been a long day. I've done, I think, 4 readings today. A couple of them have been really intensive. And I cannot not check in. Let's see, Candace, that was about your business. Is that right? Because you have to, because my brain's kind of, okay. Well, I'm getting a 4-card reading for you. You have 2 positioned behind you so you can see them to the left of the photo. Okay. Archangel Michael is always with me, and now Archangel Nathaniel is with me. Archangel Nathaniel, he is not your beginner angel. He will absolutely kick your butt into high gear, and that is absolutely what has happened for me. All of a sudden, you use catch, you can see past. I don't know what catch is, to be honest with you. For me, it's what's happening right now. Right now in this space is what's happening, is what I see. All right, this is a 4-card pull. This is going to be what I call a storyboard pull for you. Candace, this is on your business. Okay. Oh. Okay, interesting. All right, so your first card is the patience card. So what that's really telling me is that your business is in a state of growing. And so the whole idea is to not pull out in doubt what you have planted in faith. It's this whole concept of, anything that's worth anything, takes nurturing, and you have to just kind of allow it to grow. You don't plant a seed of corn and then the next day go back and pull it up. You give it time to nurture. Just know that it's growing. Know that the archangels are there with you, and it all is well. That's the first thing. So don't be judging that it's not growing fast enough or anything like that. Just allow it. Allow it to grow, and you're going to be protected. You're going to be fine. The next card is the teaching and learning card. So what they want you to know is that, as you teach and as you learn, you're going to be doing both. As you learn, you're going to be teaching, and as you teach, you're going to be learning. So to be mindful about the different information that you're coming up to, somehow, write it down, maybe journal it, or just kind of keep track of. What I find is really helpful is to kind of journal where you are in your stage right now and what you're learning, so that when you go on and you're teaching somebody else, you can understand where they are at different phases, and you can see what helped you and the different kinds of mind things that you went through, to really help you. To really help you to go on to the next stage, because that can be very helpful, because it's really from the heart. It's really the personal experiences that we've had, that help each other. It's not just this like kind of textbook learning. Right now it's all about heart-based learning, so that's what I would suggest to you. The next one is overcoming difficulties, and what they're saying is, actually, although I think you're kind of feeling like there's some kind of trouble going on, they want you to know that the worst is actually behind you, and you're like at the top of the hill, and it's about to start rolling down. It's almost like you're at the crest where you can't quite see, the other side of the valley, but you're just like almost there. So it's not to give up. I see so many people that are right on the very verge of just like, absolutely just exploding, and that's when they give up. And so don't do that. So the way my cards work, it's the ones that are on the top and the bottom, and the sides that are really comparative with each other. So the patience is on top and the overcoming difficulties is on the bottom. So they're both kind of speaking to the same thing about how you've gone past the rough part, and now it's just this point of patience, knowing that you're just about to go down the hill. And the last one is career transition. Now this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to change your career. It's just that something about what you're doing as a business is going to change. So I'm wondering if you are at some kind of a point where you have been thinking about changing your business, if that is something for you. But they're just showing the career transition. It can even mean that you might be up leveling to a whole new level in your business. It's just something that's going to kind of shift or change in the way you think about it. It could be another job, but I'm not really getting that for you. I'm getting it's more about the business. There might be a new modality. Perhaps you're going to bring in a whole new skill, or just kind of flip the script a little bit on it, or maybe you've already been thinking about that. You're in the process of it. Does that make sense to you? Excellent. I just love the angels. Don't you just love the angels? So I guess that takes care of you, and I appreciate it. That's wonderful. Okay, I know there are a few other people. Femi, she's having a serious operation next week. Well, I'll tell you what, Carol, instead of doing that, why don't we hold an intention circle for your friend, rather than doing that, because it's, especially with it being next week, because really when I tune in, I'm tuning into the vibration for now. So what I would really like to do for your friend is to really hold an intention circle for her, which you actually, it's a, when people are asking about the religion, I am sort of, I guess, Christian based, and it does say in the Bible where two or more are gathered, and that's what I call forth. I actually have read the Bible through 5 times from cover to cover, and it really didn't mean a whole lot to me until I actually started my spiritual walk. And I was like, that's what they're talking about. So let's do that. There was Carol. Was that your name, sweetheart? I can't remember. So anyway, it was about your friend that's going to the hospital for surgery next week. So if anybody who wishes, if they would energetically hold my hand. We are coming together in peace and love as 2 or more with the same intention, with the same knowing, with the same expectation that this lady's friend, who is going for an operation, will have perfect angelic health, that Archangel Raphael will come forward. I see him swirling around his green, beautiful healing energy around her, bringing her comfort, bringing her peace, tranquility, letting her know that he is there with her, holding her hand, filling her with warmth and light, and bringing her to perfect angelic health. And now it is hers simply to claim. And we say so as 2 or more with the same understanding, the same knowing, the same belief, the same expectation. And so it is. And it is done. Amazing, amazing. So now the stage that you're at, because this is what Jesus did in the Bible. He would say 3 things to people. Number one, he made sure that the person actually wanted healing, because a lot of times we have we are in that state of not feeling well or not being well to kind of keep ourselves small. So number one, he would tell the people that he would only see them in that perfect state of health. He would make sure that they really wanted the health, and he would tell them, don't discuss it with anybody when you get home. Because if you start discussing, and y'all know this about growing a business, if you're growing a business and then you go home and you start telling the muggles, and you know who I'm talking about. You're talking about the people who only work 9 to 5, who can't see a business. You start telling them about your grand idea, and they start popping your bubble and telling you all the reasons it can't work. The same thing happens in health. If you say you went in and you had some kind of bad prognosis, and then you got some kind of an energy healing and you accepted that health, and then you went home and told everybody, they start popping that bubble. And I am absolutely medical friendly, so I'm not saying to you to not, do whatever the doctors or anything prescribe. The way that I see modern medicine, I see it as our way to actually wrap our brains around the idea that health is even possible. So it's just a modality that's used, just like energy healing is used. The modern medicine likes to think it's the do-all and the be-all, and yet you hear so many different stories about people that have walked in and they have just decided, I am going to have health, I am going to live. And it was that will to live that, actually brought them health. So, this is not ever really talked about in medical fields, and it's really interesting that is usually what brings people to health. I am well. I love that, Andra. Andra, I just adore you. You know I do. And it was because of Andra that I've really gotten, I must put a shout out, it was because of Andra that I've really gotten started until I decided no more. I love it. But she was the one. How can you hire me? You can actually go to PeteCossaboon.com. There's a number of different ways I do that, or you can contact me at the Angel Encourager on Facebook. I do a number of different things. Girl, I love you. I just adore you. Absolutely. I just can't get enough of you. Ah! So excited. So, I do regular card readings with people. I also do what I call a full angelic reading. And I also have what I call the Angel Encourager Plan. Now, the newsletter that I send out is free, but there's a part of it that you can pay for where you get a video teaching and you get a meditation that goes with it. So there's, a number of different ways that you can, contact me. There's a number of different modalities that I use. I also work with angelically infused gems as well. I don't have any of those currently on my website, but you do usually get one of those when you do a full reading with me. I give you one as a bonus. That was a really surprise to a lady today. I did a reading with her. It was so wonderful and so precious. And then at the very end, I got to help her pick out the gem that she wanted. She was like, oh my gosh, I get a gem too? So, because I just love gems, just adore them. All right, so it's always great, isn't it, Andra? Because Andra is always giving out special extra little things to her clients just because she does it out of love. And the great thing is, as she gives out, yes, they are great anchors, as she gives out, abundance, and as she gives out that, as she gives out value, value just comes right back to her. Thank you for the beautiful, oh, that's so sweet. And so, I mean, it is so coming true for me right now. Things are just happening so quick, and I am the luckiest, wealthiest man in the entire world. And it's so much because I have such beautiful people that I get to interact with. I'm so excited. I just love it. Ah! So would anybody else like a reading? I know the couple of people I kind of missed, some of the people that were asking. I would love to do a reading for anybody else. Thank you, Connie. Okay, Shampoo Mate. Let's see. Shampoo Mate was first, and I am Vanessa. You can come back again. Shampoo Mate, would you like to give me a topic or a subject that you'd like to have a reading on? We'll do one for you. Marriage, business, and finances. Ooh, that's kind of that's a full one. That's fine though. We'll do it. Marriage, business, and finances. Okay. So I assume that the marriage is affecting the business and finances because it sure sounds like they're all and everything is all interconnected. So. Yeah, I'm kind of getting. I know, just messed up. Am I getting that there is? I'm kind of getting that you're stepping. Are you stepping into a business, and perhaps your mate is wanting you to dial it back or do something different? Is that kind of the take I'm getting from that? That's kind of what I'm feeling. Is that ring true for you? Is it perhaps you're being judged for wanting to be an entrepreneur or something like that, or there's something about your business they want you to move back into a safe space? That's almost kind of what I'm feeling on this right here for you. I wonder if that's true. All right, so I'm feeling a 4-card story pull for you. Let's see what we got here. Oh goodness, I need to get a bigger table, y'all. Oh wow, okay. All right, okay. Well, this is what you're being called to do. The first one is clear audience. And that's really about listening to the guidance in your own head and really deciding, is this from ego or is this from spirit? So when I know it's from ego, and so does Big Table. And when I know it's from ego, I always know that it's coming from a space of judgment. It's not coming from a space of love. Now, sometimes spirit will come to you and they'll tell you things in your mind, and it comes from a space of love, but it's really kind of telling you to change this or do that. But it's always in a very loving, gentle way. It's never like a bashing or something like that. So know if you're being bashed, if you're feeling bullied, that's your ego. But if you're feeling like the love, even if it's telling you to do something else, that's from spirit. So it's about discerning that and about accepting it, because that's the major thing, and that's my great gift is that I listen and I allow. That is it. That is it. There's nothing special about Pete, except that when spirit tells me to do something, I just do it. I just listen. I mean, here I am live with y'all, just telling you exactly what I get, and I don't know, I could be questioning it the whole way. Like, I had one time spirit told me to say the word toast to a client, and I was like, why would I say the word toast? What does that have anything to do with anything? And it just reminded her of it reminded her of her mother that had transitioned, and it just brought all these things out and really kind of just released this whole energy from her that we had been dealing with. And it was amazing how just like one word could just like, and of course, if my logical brain was like, why would I say the word toast? But it just, that's the whole thing about what I'm saying about clear audience, is just to accept, whatever is coming, because you have to realize that in the angelic mindset and universal mindset, they have an entire view of us. All we see is this right here. That's all we see. Is with these little human eyes, what other people are telling us and what other people have been through before. That's the only experience we have. But spirit, has the full 360 view, or even probably bigger than that. They know what's available to us, they know where we are, and they know how to get us the quickest from here to there. So it could be something completely what we would think off the subject that's actually the quickest way to get us there. So that's the first thing for you, is clear audience. The second one is compassion. I'm really feeling that is for your husband. I'm going to show you these cards as they're going through so you can see that I am, that's clear audience, was your top one. Your next one is compassion. And it's about just knowing that the people that you're surrounded with, the people that are there, to not only give yourself that compassion, but also to give you compassion to yourself, to just be, kind and gentle, and to realize that in any time of change, there's going to be things that are said and things that are thought that, in the spur of the moment, in the ego mind, they may say things. Realize that any change, even good change, challenges the ego. And it feels like almost like a cornered animal, almost like its territory is being taken away. Anything that you have, whether you like it or not, is part of your egoic identity. And a lot of times, if you're not really mindful, if something changes, even if it's for the good, it can really mess up your mind. There's even been people that have won the lottery that were not happy afterwards, because it just it shifted them from who they were to something else so abruptly that they just couldn't handle. It was not who they were. And that's why so many lottery winners, they say like 80 or 90% of them within 5 years are in worse shape, because they can't handle that money. It's so different for them. They don't know who they are in that. So what I'm saying to you is just to have compassion for yourself and everybody else, while you're there. Up longer so we can make screens. Oh, okay. So I surely will. Okay, there's that one. And the second one was compassion. I'm so sorry if I'm trying not to go fast. Okay. The third card for you is prioritize. So this is really interesting. It's time for you to really decide, who you are and what is important to you, because you're at point for your life. You are the one that is, that you are the one who decides what is important to you. And you can't really live your life through anybody else. If you live your life through somebody else's joy and somebody else's happiness, you can never make somebody else truly happy. And you can never make somebody else truly joyful. That's their job. You know what I mean? Whenever you depend on someone else to make you happy or joyful, you're always going to be let down. And whenever somebody else depends on you to make them happy and joyful, you're always going to let them down, because there's no way, you are in the human experience. So it's about you prioritizing what you want in your life. And, the person that you're with and the things that you're with, they're either going to line up with you or they're not. But just keep in that joyful state, because if you don't do that, you're going to be unhappy, and it's just not going to work out for you. So prioritize what you want. Make it very clear what you want and make it a priority for you. The last card for you, and this goes right into it, is leadership. It's time for you to stand up. It's time for you to be in that leadership role. Spirit right now is telling me that in your life, you know what is best. You know what is best for you. You know what is best for your family as far as you're concerned. And it is time for you to stand up in that leadership and to just be proud and to be like, this is who I am now. This is the way it's going to be. And I understand completely, I'm kind of getting this, that your story kind of mirrors mine in just a little bit. I mean, I was told by someone who was close to me about a year ago, once I was going through my spiritual walk, they said, I don't even know who you are anymore. And that was the real point of where, am I going to stay who I was in that space, or am I going to continue to grow? And it was the point of me, I had no choice. I had to grow, because I could not stay. That's one thing when you go on your spiritual walk, you can't ever go back, or if you do, you're going to be really, really unhappy. So, then that happens, as, we're always growing, we're always changing. We are energy beings, and energy is always moving, always expanding. We are expansive. That's true. It's all about, we're all about expansion. We're always moving forward. We're always changing. So, but for you, it's about standing in that leadership role. So I'm really excited for you, and I would love to see for you. I'm seeing some really amazing things going on for you. I really do, if you will do that. And there's no judgment either way. I just think you're going to really find yourself on the other side of it going, wow, look at the new amazing creature that I am today. So it's just about doing that. So I want you to stand for who you are. I want you to prioritize. I want you to have compassion, and I want you to listen to the voices, or listen to the spiritual guidance that you get. Okay? Absolutely. So I know they had a bunch of other people that wanted to get a reading. So and I'm trying to be fair to everybody. Can you get a card? You want just one card? we can do one card. On the right path and working my network marketing business, or should I do something else? Okay. I am Vanessa. Okay. And I do remember that you were asked, one of the very first ones that asked. Network marketing business, should I do something else? Okay. So let's take a look. Let's see what we get for you. I'm getting a 4-card pull for you as well. First, I will say that the angels are waiting for you to tell them what it is that you want. So this really has to do about your vibration at the current moment. Because you can be, so I will get to you, I promise. Are you overwhelmed right now? Just breathe drink lots of water, rest on it, stay in joy, and you'll be fine, Shampoo Mate, I promise you. Alrighty. And if y'all are wondering what I'm doing, I have a box here filled with angel-infused gems, and it just kind of resets the cards, gets them energetically back, ready for the next reading, so that the last reading doesn't really affect them. And so that's, if y'all are wondering what I'm doing. So Senka, you have a health question? Okay, we'll get to you next, sweetheart, I promise you. Okay, this is about whether or not to do a network marketing business. So really kind of what I was saying is it's really up to the vibration that you're at right now. You can call forth anything you want in your life. You can be, do, or have anything. And to the universe, a button is the same as a castle. So it's really about you. So really what we're doing right now is we're seeing where you are as a snapshot in this moment with this network marketing business. So we'll take a look here. I'm getting kind of from you that you are having like a self-worth issue. You're kind of doubting your own voice. You're seeing so many other people that are doing the same thing that you are doing, and you're like, what is my unique voice? Why do I have the right to stand up and proclaim that I'm worth money in this? I'm going to tell you, you absolutely are, and it's just the standing up and the proclaiming of it that makes you worth it, for one thing. Okay. This is really interesting. Y'all saw me shuffle the cards 4 times, right? Okay, just want to make sure y'all saw. All right, so the very first card you get is outdoors. All right, so what this is telling me is it's time for you to go, and it's time for you to go outside or wherever it is that you connect with nature. It's time for you to go out there, because I get from there that is where you kind of commune with spirit. That's when spirit starts speaking to you. You know, there's 2 places that spirit speaks to me, and that's either I go for a run usually every Saturday up on a mountain trail, and it's really more of a spiritual experience. And also when I'm at the gym after I've worked out, when I'm in the shower, that's when spirit talks to me. It's those 2 times. Those are the times when I get most, most of the things from spirit. And it's really interesting because I really like it when I already have like an idea from a client. You know, like I know I've got a meeting coming up with a client, and I like to have that question in mind, and that's when I really get a lot of downloads. So number 1, it's about you. Wherever in that space is that you can get the spiritual connection, that's the first thing, because where you are at right now is like right here. You're here in your human brain, and you're really kind of cut off because you're in kind of this doubt and worry. Oh, hi, Catholic brother, how you doing? It's about really getting into that universal mindset, opening yourself up. And I'm always going to say that whenever you step into joy, that's when you have true clarity. So that's what I want for you, is true clarity, because I get this a little bit of like a confusion for you, and I completely understand that. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing for you. The second card, we just saw this one, is the prioritize card. Now y'all saw me shuffle 4 times. I do a full four thing shuffle, so I think it's so funny. Okay, very confused. Well, we will talk about this, honey, I promise you. So the second card is about prioritizing. It's about you really deciding what is important, and that's what I'm kind of telling you, is that it's really, this is a point of where you are, and it's your decision of whether or not you stay with this network marketing business or not. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will do a 3-card before, present, and after, if you'd like to kind of get more of a prognosis. I don't mind at all working through this with you. Just kind of hang with me here, and we'll see what happens. So the second card is about you really prioritizing, why is it that you want to have this network marketing business? What is it that you think this is going to bring forth in your life? So that's the second one. The third one is about a leadership card. Do you feel a leadership role in your network marketing business? And I'm almost feeling like you really don't. I'm feeling like you don't feel like a real leader. You feel almost more like a follower, even though it is your business. So is this something that you feel like you can step forward and be the leader? And I'm not asking you, do you have enough information or do you have the skills? I'm just saying, can you see yourself in that leadership role in your own business? That's what I'm wondering about for you. That's absolutely right. And the last card for you is the courage card. So it's about you stepping up boldly. So what they're telling me is, if you can adopt these things, if you can learn to get out of your, if you can learn to get out of your monkey mind and get into spiritual reading, absolutely, I sure will. If you can learn to get that connection with universal mindset, if you can prioritize what it is that you really want out of this business. I mean, what is it that is it freedom, or is it like more income, or is it more flexibility? You know, what is it that you really want, and what do you really envision? Because I'm really getting for you that you're almost trying to follow this like script of like, this is what my business should be about. And financial independence, that's beautiful. But are you following your own script, or are you following somebody else's script? And that's really where I think the work-life balance, beautiful. So that's what I'm getting from you, about the prioritize. And then the leadership, do you feel like you're in a leadership role with this business? Because I feel like it's almost like you think you're underneath somebody, or somebody else is better than you, or you're just kind of like following somebody else's footsteps, somebody else's heels. So that's what I want to make sure for you. And then it's about just stepping into that courage, because there's a lot of courage into, stepping out there. You have to, number one, own it. You have to own it like, I am worth this. So let's real quickly do a 3-card past, present, future pull for you, and we'll see based upon where you currently are, because that's what this shows. Because the angels are ready to call forth anything that you ask them to, but you have to have the belief. They can't believe it more than you do. So that's the truth. So it's whether you can step into that power or not. So let's do a past, present, future for you. And I want to get to the next one. I want to do is for somebody said something about health, so I want to make sure and get there. If you'll wait and tell me here in just a second, because I'm still going to be mindful of this. Okay. 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 Interesting. So your past card is the you know what to do card. Now what that's telling me is that you felt at one point really inspired to do this networking business. It really felt like the thing to do. You've just felt like you knew what to do, and you just did it. So I think that's very proud. I want you to really take ownership of that, and I think it's a very proud moment for you to realize that not everybody is bold enough to step into that. So that's the first card. That's the past card for you. That's what kind of led up to the current situation. The card right now is the breathe card. Now what that's telling me is that right now you're in kind of a little bit of the state of like confusion, panic, something like that. And it's just about breathing and releasing. I mean, I always knew that my angel encourager work would be profitable at some point. And now, because I've just stepped into that state, it is becoming so, and it's becoming so at such a rapid development that it's almost kind of head spinning my head, but it's just fabulous. And so it's about just breathing and relaxing into it. And gosh, we so think, we're so taught that it's through our own effort that things happen. That's actually with the reading that I had with the business owner earlier today. And it's more so about just kind of stepping into that joy. I mean, I even told her, I said, when you reach that point where you have to make a decision, you just can't make it. I said, I want you to lock your office door, I want you to put on a silly song, and I want you to just start dancing, and then wait for the inspired action to come. Because what I always tell my clients is to step into joy, take inspired action, and walk in faith. That's what I always tell my clients to do. And it is so true. It's been true for me as well. You did that? Yes. And it worked out good, didn't it? So right now, you need to just be in a state of breathing. You just need to be compassionate with yourself and take care of yourself. Beyonce, huh? Okay. Your future card is the moon cycle. So what this card is telling me is that everything has an ebb and a flow to it. So either the waves are crashing down on you, giving you abundance, or they're receding back. Know that when they're receding back, that what is happening is it's actually building energy. I mean, you don't ever lose water out of the ocean, right? I mean, so even when the water retracts back from the shore, you haven't lost the water. It's just building up the energy for the next wave to come in. So when it starts to recede back, realize that that is your time to get your kind of your house in order. That's the time. Yes, I love it. Thank you, Connie. That is the time for you to, kind of step back, take care of yourself, get your systems in order, maybe clean up, get yourself prioritized, that type of thing, and get ready for the onslaught of the waves to come. Because you can absolutely call forth anything. Like I say, you can be, do, or have anything you want. And the angels, for the most part, are pretty bored. They're sitting there waiting for us to call them forth, because we have free will. We can either call them forth or let them just sit there. And most of us, for some reason, we're kind of taught, we live in the guardhouse up front with no plumbing when there's an entire mansion in the backyard fully staffed, waiting for us to move into. Be, do, and have anything you want. That's the truth. So that's really, at this point in your network marketing business, once you've gone to a certain space, it's really hard to go back. And what I'm saying to you is, I know I've worked for myself for, I guess, about 10 years now. I just could not go to the corporate world if I tried. I guess if I had to, I would. But knowing that I can be, do, or have anything I want, I can call it forth. I know I never will. So, in your network marketing business, what would it be like for you to go back into the corporate world? Can you even do that? So that would be the question. And, so many of the teachers, especially Tony Robbins, he tells you to actually burn the bridges behind you, because it's when you have that possibility of retreat, that you start looking behind you. And, otherwise you have to just look forward, and, the only thing you can do is advance forward. So right now it's about breathing. It's about stepping into joy, taking that inspired action. It's about taking action, but taking the inspired action as it comes. And I truly believe it's completely possible for you, and working in my business. And that's the way most of us start. And it's really kind of up to your own mindset. Because we can be, do, or have anything, if we had the right mindset, we should be able to absolutely have our new, thriving business tomorrow. But because we kind of almost want to work through it, and we want to have the joy and the experience of building it. So know that this is a point in time where 5 or 10 years from now, you're going to think back and you're going to laugh and you're going to think, oh, wasn't that just an amazing time right now? So I completely know where you're at. I've absolutely been there myself. Oh, thank you so much. I had I worked for myself, but I had a job that I worked for myself where I would literally be on the road for 14 hours and then come home and work for 2 hours. And then I had 2 other businesses I was running as well. So, thank you so much. So I completely understand, working a job and then coming home and then working another job. And it might be about, so many times it's about trying to find a way where you can kind of integrate the two. A lot of times there's little things that you can do, in the job that you have that will kind of mirror what you're also, doing on the side. So many times we think of it as this or that. But it can be, there's so many times I've talked to clients that have actually figured out ways to change their daytime job that really incorporates, what they want to do on the side. And maybe that doesn't make them want to stay there, but it certainly makes it easier, and it gives them a little bit of a reference point, for the future clients. It's like, look, I've done it for this top 500 company or whoever it is, and now I can also do it for you. So, reader attempting to work in self-empowerment. I'd like the angels to clarify. Okay, absolutely. Now, Mark, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and. So, anyway, did I answer you, sweetheart? Did I answer your question? I hope I did, about your network marketing business. It's always very important to me that we get the information. You're very welcome, sweetheart, and I hope that has helped you. Yes, Sashenka, you were next, sweetheart. And what was your health question? Do you just want to say just a health question? Is that what it is? You don't have to clarify any further if you don't want to, but it's just completely up to you. And Mark, I will get to you. It's just the Sashenka. Sorry, long day. She had asked first. I know. Okay, good. Okay, I'm really getting a past, present, future for you. What's sapping my energy? Okay. Let's take a look, see if we can find that booger bear, shall we? Which we know we're the booger bears, right? where I am or what I am not doing or doing. Okay. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of self-judgment from you on that right there. So we'll take a look and we'll see. So it's what's zapping your energy. I just got a double card pull for you. That's only happened to me twice, so it's interesting. We'll see what we got there. That's really fascinating. Okay. So, okay, this is your past card. So it's the clairvoyance card. It's about you growing in. No, isn't that amazing? It's about you growing in your spiritual walk. So let me incorporate this. So yours was a. I don't really know that I really like the way you stated the question because there was so much self-judgment in it. And I think what it was, I think it's this point of clarity between what you know you should be doing and what you've heard to do, and really kind of what your social mindset has really kind of told you. I wonder if that's possibly where we're at from the past. This will be your past card. Does that make sense to you? And that's your past. Let me show that to you. All right, there you go. You can. It's absolutely. We can do another pull for you later, but we'll see what we get right here. So the current card is the comfort card for Archangel Zadkiel. So I think right now that you have been asking a lot, and right now the archangels are around you. What's draining my energy? Is that better? I get it. Okay. So let me restate. Well, the clairvoyance. I really think that what's draining your energy from the past was that it was a difference between what you had been knowing or hearing that you should be doing and what you, like I said, with your social mindset, what you thought you should be doing. So I think it was that conflict. Does that make sense to you between universal mindset and what I would call monkey mind? Does that make sense to you? Okay. So for the present, I'm getting that there's a lot of comfort around you right now, that you're getting a lot of spiritual comfort, but I don't know that are you accepting it? That's why I'm wondering if you're accepting that spiritual comfort right now. I'm really getting that there's just a lot of comforting energy around you. So know that whenever you have great asking, they are absolutely there, ready. It's just about you allowing it to come in. So I'm really excited because you've got a double card pull. I'm wondering what your double cards are. Oh, okay. All right. So this is your double card right here. Take back your power and divine order. So when I get a double card like that, that means that they're both about equal value, in whatever we're doing. So we're talking about what's zapping your energy. It's number one, for the future, it's accepting that everything is as it should be. And it's about you stepping back into your power. It's about you stepping back into you. I feel like you gave up your power to something. I don't know if it was a person or an organization, or maybe it was just a social norm of some kind. There was just something that you gave up of yourself. And it's about stepping back into you. It's about just being who you are, being your authentic self, and knowing that you're worthy of it. That I'm thinking that you're because I think you just told me that was true, and that's just what it is for you. It's about standing back in that power, taking back that power for yourself, and realizing that everything is fine, that everything is well as you're stepping in that power. Because I get that there would be probably a little bit of a point of fear for you in that, and I totally get that, because stepping in your power, so many times you can see the person, standing up there in front, they look so bold, and actually their foot's shaking. Sometimes doubt wanders back in, and that's absolutely just the way that things work, and just know that that's kind of an ebb and a flow. And as you step more into points of clarity, as you raise your vibration up higher and higher and higher, it's going to be interesting for you, because you're going to see that you're not going to dip quite as low, and a dip that before would have felt like joy before, now it kind of almost feels like ick. You know what I mean? So it's just about stepping into that joy. So even like I told my client earlier today, it's just about stepping into that joy. But Duffel sometimes not used to the leading role. Yes, and that is, it's something that I really feel for you, that you've really up-leveled yourself. You have gotten yourself into a state that you are not used to, and you are absolutely being, moved forward. And I equate that back to last year, which is really when I started my angel work. And in June, I went to a conference that was filled with intuitives. It really wasn't for intuitives, but just so happened there were so many intuitives, and it was like, all of a sudden I got all this energy, and I just was like, I mean, I was literally shaking the whole time. It was just simply because I was not used to containing that much energy. It was actually Christine Kane. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Christine Kane. She's a business coach, and that's the one I went to I believe it was June of last year in Atlanta. So it was a wonderful program. It got me started. It was just so amazing how many intuitives were there. Like I say, it wasn't an intuitive meeting, but there were so many intuitives there. So that's what I'm really saying for you with the leadership role, to understand, to give yourself, that chance to. There are some people really happy about me living boldly. That's right. That's absolutely true. And you're the one that needs to be happy with you living boldly the most. I know that I'm proud of you, and I want you to step boldly in love. I want you to be the biggest, baddest you know what there ever is. That's what I want you to be. I want you to step out there, and I want you to be big, bold, and bad. That's what I want you to do. And you're going to do fantastic. Alrighty. Mark, now you wanted to ask about, are you still there, my friend? And did you want to ask something about your angel work, I believe it was, if you will remind me? Peace. Well, know, Gypsy, that all of that is related in the same way. If you feel like oh, thank you, sweetheart. If you feel like they didn't completely answer, we can try again. But Mark, you had a question. Are you still there with us tonight? Are you still with us? Okay. Hey, Mark, I was going to get you next because you had asked. What was your question again? I believe it was on perhaps your angel work. Can you remind me again what it was you wanted to ask? I'm so glad you came back with us. I do want to let anybody know that wants to connect with me. You can go to the Angel Encourager. Cool. Okay, Gypsy, we'll get to Mark. If you'll give me what you wanted to, absolutely. I ain't gonna leave till we're all taken care of. Believe me, I can't do that. Mark, if you'll let me know what it was, my friend, and then we'll go on. I think it was something about your angel work or something like that. Just while we're waiting for Mark to type it in. You can go to facebook.com. You can go to the Angel Encourager. You can check me out there. I'm a psychic reader wanting to get involved in empowerment. Okay, so do you want to just know kind of how that is for you? You're very welcome, sweetheart. Did you want to just kind of know what that was for you? Thank you. You too, sweetheart. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. It really does. You don't know. It is a love fest. All right, we'll just kind of do a general card pull. I'm not hearing anything more from Mark, but we'll just do kind of a general card pull for him. Needing more clarity from the angels. Okay, just about your spiritual work, then I assume. I'm really getting for you a 4-card pull. It's what I call a storyboard. It just kind of tells me a story. So this is going to be about your working with spirit, about your angel work. Okay, absolutely awesome. And first, I would just say, Mark, first of it is just about allowing. It's about just owning it. It's about just stepping into it. I mean, when I did my first reading, I was terrified, but I just went with what I heard and what I knew and what I smelled and saw. I mean, I get all the clairvoyant, I get all the clear senses except for taste, which I'm really glad of because everybody tells me it does have clear taste, that it's nothing you want to taste. So I'm really very proud of that. So. But it's about just owning that. That's the major thing. Owning it, allowing it, just saying, because it's not about you. It's really just, we're just kind of channeling that energy. It's about us just allowing whatever comes through. So Mark is about spiritual work. Okay, let's see what we got for you. And I'm excited. Okay. Man, these cards that's amazing. Okay. All right. So I'm getting from you, the first card that I got for you is moon cycles. So hi, sweetheart, how you doing, Mathena? So from moon cycles, I'm wondering if you feel almost like your connection kind of ebbs and flows. Do you feel like sometimes you're more tuned in than others? And I mean, I completely understand. I don't get that this is like the truth. I get this is how you perceive it. That you perceive sometimes you're spot on, and sometimes you feel like you're not spot on. That's what I'm kind of getting, and I'm going to tell you from my personal viewpoint. For me personally, not only with the angels, but sometimes I tune into transition souls, but not very often. And sometimes I'm like right there with them, and sometimes I don't get a thing at all, from transition souls. And I know people that just like clue right into transition souls. Mine is the archangels. And so, it's about just realizing that it isn't really about you, because it's really funny whenever I'm doing like a full angel reading with somebody, usually the first 2 or 3 minutes, this is just me being honest with you. The first 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just need to give these people their money back. I'm not getting anything, because it makes you feel love, sweetheart, because it sounds like love. You'll know when it sounds like love. So, but then after about 2 or 3 minutes, all of a sudden I get out of the way and I'm in. So I get from you, and I want to get some feedback from you. Is that way you feel? Do you feel like an ebb and flow in your energy? Do you feel like an ebb and a flow in your connection? And what I'm really saying to you is there really isn't. It's just kind of that's the way you're perceiving it. And I think what it is you're trying to let your ego get in the way, or you're trying to let your logic get in the way, and almost like you're just not allowing the flow. So it doesn't really matter when I'm tired, when I'm not feeling well, which I'm always feeling well. It doesn't matter when. In fact, when I'm tired, I usually get the best readings because Pete gets the heck out of the way, and that's the best readings at all. Like right now, you're probably going to get some really good readings because I'm really tired. So your second card is the Prioritize card. So it's really about you letting Spirit know what it is that you want. I mean, I've specifically told Spirit how I want my spiritual walk to go. I've told them that I want to do more healings, and I want to, or as far as my actually still not sure how do I do it, and if it does help. Well, it's a hi, sweetheart. It's really and that's fantastic, and that's what you need to own. You need to own it, Mark, and that's the same spot I'm in, because yes, there are times when my monkey mind says, oh, just you don't know what you're doing, and I just kind of like, oh, yeah, but I've had so many. It's when you had those successes that really, really help you. Hello, how you doing? It's just about stepping into those successes and just owning it. And even if you have a client, I mean, sometimes I have clients that'll say, oh, that just that wasn't for me, or something like that. And I'll just tell them, I'll be like, well, sometimes what I tell you may not come through, for a couple days, and that's so true. I mean, everyone I've ever had that has said, oh, that's not true for me, 2 days later I get a message from them saying, now I know what you're talking about. So it's about just owning that. I want you to own it. I want you to own, because that's fantastic that you have that connection, that you're having that accuracy rate. I think that's amazing, and you need to step into that. And you need to, not that it's coming from you, but just that you're able to allow. So I want you to step into that and just be joyful about the ability for you to have that, and just to honor it, and to just hang on to it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Am I still am I still doing it too fast? All right. Your next card is the Teaching and Learning card. Now, we've seen this one before as well. So the Teaching and Learning, they want you to know that you are going to be, not only learning more as you go on, but you're also going to be teaching this. So that's really important. And you learn when you teach, and you usually teach what you learn. So that's really important for you to kind of keep up with. It's they think it'd be a really great progression for you to kind of keep track of, where you are and where you advanced to, and really kind of what your mindset was and how things kind of shifted for you along the way, because that's going to be a great testimonial or a great book for you to write, or a program or something like that, that you're going to be able to really get out there for people, because people really want to know the true life story. They don't, people really no longer want to just like read in a textbook. They want to know what you actually went through, and how did that work, and how did that happen for you. And then I'm getting for you the Divine Order card. So they want you to just know that where you are is perfect, and everything is happening for you, and they are so happy to be able to connect through you, and you are bringing great service to others. And it's completely up to you whether or not you want to connect. They hope that you want to continue to connect, but that is so up to you. I don't think that I could ever go back to anything else, because I just get so much peace and love and joy out of what I do that I don't ever want to do anything else. I mean, well, I have a number of other businesses that I do, and they're all out of joy as well. But this part of what I do is just so enlivening to me, and it's growing, and it's starting to really bring in abundance for me, and I just feel like the luckiest, wealthiest man in the entire world. So, Mark, my thing to you would be, my brother, I hope that you will continue to go, and know that we are energy beings, so you're constantly going to be expanding. And it's that with the second card, with the Prioritize card, they want you to know that you can really kind of decide where you want your gift to go. For me, I want to do healings, and I want to do more instantaneous healings. Jesus was able to do instantaneous healings, and he said that we would do greater things than he. And that's part of the Bible. So is there a certain way to attune with the angels? I think it's all just, a personal type of thing. I mean, I'm not saying I won't tell about me, but all I can attest to is what I do, because I have I'm very proud of this. I have very little formal training. It's just, what has happened for me. It's about meditating, and I'll be honest, I'm not even the best about meditating. It's about just the belief system. It's about listening. It's about allowing. A little bit about it is about studying, and it's about using. It's about using it. I guess would be probably even the main thing is to use it. You have one card reading on finance and work. You certainly may. It's about just use asking them, and asking them not just at special moments or something like that, but asking them always. They always want to be being in nature. Absolutely, that's true. That is so true, and that's just. But the main thing I would want to say to you, it's about just this constant dialogue. They're there all the time, waiting to hear from you, waiting to hear what you want, what you aspire to, what you would like to bring forth. So that would be my guidance to you, would just be to constantly ask and constantly listening. And there's nothing too small, there's nothing too big, and there's nothing too small. If you want that perfect parking space, tell them you want that perfect parking space and just call it forward. But know whatever parking space you get is the perfect parking space, because maybe your parking space is at the back of the lot, but maybe because you were at the back of the lot, your car didn't get dinged by a shopping cart, or maybe you met that person that you want to talk to. Oh, thank you so much. And if you would like to contact me on Facebook and talk to me about it, anybody that would like to message me on my Facebook page, there's a few here that have done that. And you can go to facebook.com, go to the Angel Encourager. You can message me there. I'm also Pete Cossaboon on Facebook. I do have a website, but it's being redesigned. It's really kind of jinky right now, so probably Facebook's going to be the best way. Thank you, Connie. I sure appreciate that. And a lot of people know that I do message back if I get a message on Facebook. I'm so happy to connect with anybody, help in any way. I helped somebody the other night that was having something, kind of like really kind of icky, and I just immediately Skyped with this person, and we took care of it, because I'm just not going to let anybody stay in that space. So CPC concept. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, Mathena knows. How you doing, Redefining Rich? So CPC concept, you wanted one card reading on, I believe it was your, it's never too late. But CPC concept wanted a one card reading on, I believe it was finances and business. Is that true? Was that right? CPC concept, was that a one card reading on your it's scary not having constant registering. Yes. Okay. All right. We always have time, my sweetheart. Always have time for my lovelies. Always. Because you know how much I love doing this. All right, let's see. So we're going to do one card reading, and I love CPC concept. I love that you're calling forth that I'm going to get my answer in one card. I love that you're intuiting that. I think that's fantastic, and I'm really excited to see what we get here. Okay, so one card reading. Let's see what we get here. Okay. You are safe. All right, so I'm really getting for you, and I'm trying to hold it here because somebody said they want to do a screenshot, so I can hold it there. I'm not holding it very steady. Boom. All right, so it's just about you knowing that you are well, where you, let's say, low time in summer as an entrepreneur. They want you to know that you are safe, you are protected, and that everything is well, and that it's as expected, and that, Archangel Michael is there with you. He's protecting you. He's holding you up in that space. And he's just keeping you well. And so, I completely understand, being in that space, but it's about just realizing, just tell yourself, it's summer, it's slow. Now's the time for me to take it easy. Now's the time for me to define my packages. Now's the time for me to get organized. Now's the time for me to really hone in on what it is that I want. Now is the time for me to prioritize. Now is the time for me to create the right mindset. Now is the time for me to work on my vision boards. Now is the time for me to call forward what I want to happen when business picks back up. Now it's like, yes, I get some free time because business is slow, and now I get to really define what I want. Yes, yes. Because I actually know entrepreneurs that are so darn busy, they don't have time to even breathe, and they're miserable. So, there's two sides to every coin, So just realize that now is the time, right, it's a reset time. So how exciting is that? How exciting is that right now you get to absolutely define who you are, define what your business is, get it organized, get your systems in place, create new programs, reach yourself out there to new social media. I am so excited for you. Does that feel good? And I'm not lying. This is straight from the heart. This is the way I feel. The angels have just absolutely, you feel the passion, you see the passion, in my face, and that's just coming right straight through. Boom. Yes, boom, great healing. It's like boom, boom, boom. Z formation. Absolutely, baby, you got this. Good, good. Then all is well. All is well. There was a lady that asked, was it True Healings? Did you want one? I know a lot of people are asking. I want to make sure I get to everybody. Good, good. Yes, okay, great healing. I believe you were next, sweetheart. What was it that you wanted to ask? What kind of topic or subject did you want me to tune in for you on? Did you have a topic or subject for me, sweetheart? You're very welcome, my darling. You go forth and rock this. Open messages I need to hear. So you just want to know whatever the angels want to just tell you right now. Is that what it is? I'm taking yes. Okay. All right. Not a problem. So I'm getting a 4-card storybook pull for you. I need to manifest a bigger table, y'all. Maybe we'll set an intention circle for it. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Alright, so your first card is spiritual understanding. So what this is telling me is that there are signs and symbols that you're getting. Like I have a dear friend that sees hearts everywhere she goes. So I'm really getting for you that there's something that keeps recurring. I don't know if it's numbers, I don't know if it's shapes, I don't know if it's colors, but it's something that you have been seeing or you will be seeing that you want to really start getting mindful of. Numbers are a really great way to really kind of tune in, especially I get a lot of friends that see 1111 a lot or things like that. So I'm really kind of getting for you that you either are or you will be seeing some type of symbols just over and over again, and you're going to just kind of really notice that, gosh, I keep seeing the same thing over and over again. It's really kind of tuning into, what is that trying to tell me? They're annoying you. I love it. It's so funny. Well, just realize that how loved are you by Spirit that they're giving you these signs and symbols. Chicago is the annoying one. Okay. Well, so they're trying. You feel like you're being pulled towards Chicago. Is that what it is, perhaps? So I'm not quite sure what you mean. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, make sure that you know that you are the one at the point of power in your life. So there's no mandate from Spirit about you have to do this or you have to do that. But sometimes they will give you clues about, there is something that really awaits for you that really aligns with something that you want, or that will grow you into the path of what you want. But you are at the point of power. There are no wrong choices, and you are the beginning of the path. The path always begins with you. So you're never off the path, because the path always begins with you. So the next one is crystal clear intentions. So this is really about you really calling forth what you want. And so maybe that's what they're doing with Chicago. And I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes Spirit will have me tell people something that isn't really what they want to say, but it's to shock the person. It's almost like I have to take them to level 100 just to get them back to level 10. If I can shock them so much to move them out of their space, then it's really easy to move them into the space I want to. So Spirit does that with me all the time. They're always telling me something in a reading that even I might find kind of shocking. But because I think it's shocking, I'm pretty much sure I know what they're up to. And then when the client says, oh, that's so shocking, I'm like, well, it's to move you out of your space. So maybe Chicago, maybe the idea of the Chicago is like Spirit saying, okay, if you can't, that's where they're from, and thought we were going to date. Oh, okay. Well, that might just be you kind of working out that energy, because I know that the person I was seeing a few months ago that broke my heart, everywhere I went, and he had a very unusual name, everywhere I went, I saw that name. It was on a store sign. It was on a person's t-shirt. I kept seeing the same brand of car over again. And it was almost like it was just the way of me getting it out of my system. And the way I released that person was I used this technique called Ho'oponopono. Oh no, don't be sorry for me, sweetheart, because it has really grown me into new knowing. I know how much I helped that person. I know that I kept them safe in that space, and I'm actually going to be writing a book of how I fell in love myself by having, let's see, let me make sure I read this correctly. How a broken heart taught me to love myself. And that's the absolute truth, because what I found that I had done in that situation, I had given up my own happiness to make someone else happy, and I had allowed myself to be shamed and judged, and that'll never happen again. But shame and judgment, anything that comes from you from someone else, actually comes from you. So I knew if they were giving me shame and judgment, I must be feeling shame and judgment. So it allowed me to fix that in myself, and I wouldn't have done that unless I'd had the shock that I went through. So it's all for the good. So perhaps this is just your way of working out that energy. But like I say with a Ho'oponopono, oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate it. And I'm actually working on a book. It's called Being Seen and Heard. So I want you to, and that doesn't happen easily 2 days after I want to. And I understand, but okay, so kind of listen to yourself when you said you wanted to give him your all. So that kind of means that what he wanted was more important than what you wanted. And the way I want you to step into a relationship, I know you excellent, and so just use that with him. And another interesting thing was the person that broke my heart actually went back to an ex, and they're getting married. And I found that I had to actually do Ho'oponopono on his partner, because I actually did not realize that I was holding this space over him as well, and he was holding it over me. And so when I actually, I was talking to a friend, they said, you need to do this, and I did it, and all of a sudden this huge weight lifted off. And he's like, I didn't even know I was holding that space. And so actually every day, even today, I did it again. I did the Ho'oponopono on him, and it's just a little lesser, it's almost like these little sheets of cloth that you take off of yourself, because like I always say, spirit releases immediately. The mind usually takes a day or two, and the body can take up to a couple weeks to release things, and sometimes it's just a cycle. So just allow yourself to do that. Tell me more about that. What about my words? I'm not quite sure what you mean about your words, but we were talking about crystal clear intentions, about you really being up front. Sometimes I don't find the words, but thank you, I am sorry. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Those are the words, if that's what you mean. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that can be really hard to say when you feel like you're in the victim mode. The first time I really used it in earnest, it was to somebody that had abused me in the past. And to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, was really, really tough. And Spirit told me, they said, now, we want you to be prepared. There will be a response. So I did it, and 2 days later, somebody called me up and they said, good news. you've been forgiven and you're back in the will. And I was like, I've been forgiven? And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, Spirit Room told me this was going to happen. Because, I mean, I immediately went right back into that, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's right. So I took it as this real point of fantastic because, you know, my words had power. I mean, I had released that energy by saying to him, I give him my all is absolutely, girl. That's, yes, by saying I want to give him my all is disempowering. I mean, listen to that. You want to give your all to somebody? You know, there's this whole Western concept of you complete me. And it's about you standing in your own power. The perfect relationship is where you're standing in your own power, he's standing in his own power, and you decide to walk this walk together. Not like, you know, and there are going to be times that you lean on each other. Of course, that's the beautiful part of a relationship. But it's about at that very part that, oh, thank you, sweetheart. You're so funny. But it's about standing in your own truth, you know, because when you're waiting for someone, when you're hoping for, or when you're looking at somebody else to make you happy, or they're like making or waiting to make you happy, that's the surest path to unhappiness. It absolutely is, because we really cannot be somebody else's happiness. It just can't work that way. So that Chicago, I have a feeling that is just how would I word it in an empowering way? I would say that you want the perfect soulmate relationship. That's what I would say. I want the perfect soulmate relationship. And you can say perfect angelic relationship. Two whole people coming together to be more. Go, girl. You got this. I love it. You've got this. So I've got this new kind of tester relationship I'm working on, and I'm playing this out with myself, you know, because I realized that I was working right back into the same mode. It's like, oh, watch Pete go right back into this. And I was like, So I started changing, and the relationship is actually kind of changing. So we're gonna see how that works. So, but anyway, sweetheart, great healing. I want you to really get crystal clear about your intentions of what you want. And I really think that the Chicago for you is just a way of you kind of working out that energy. So I think that you're going to be able to do it. I think every single day it's going to get less and less and less until one day you're like, it's gone. You know what I mean? So I think I want you to own that's just a process. Don't judge it. Just realize it's part of your body, just kind of letting go. And that's perfectly natural. And it's really going to make you, I think it's going to help you in your crystal clear intentions, because you're going to be able to really know for yourself what it is that you really want. So really give blessings for that experience and say, yes, now I know what I want. Thank you for you sorry, you know what. You really helped me define what it is that I want. That's the point you want to be at. So, your next card is the Brilliant Idea card. Now, this is really interesting to me because I'm thinking that there is something that you have always kind of wanted to do that you haven't allowed yourself to do. And this is fascinating to me. I think there's something there. And now I'm delving into the brain of great healing. I'm like, what is that? What is that special secret something that you've had an idea of that you haven't let yourself really even have the space to allow it being possible? They want you to know that whatever it is, you know, it's a brilliant idea. And you have the ability, you have the wherewithal, you have the capacity, you have the power to call forth anything you want. You can be, do, or have anything that you want to have. So I see you moving into this new space and really calling forth. I mean, I really want you to start focusing on something besides relationship, because it seems like relationships might be a little bit of a pattern for you. And so I know for me, like, health is the easy thing for me. I've been on a real workout kick lately. So what I always do is dancing, healing, Reiki class. There are a lot of things. Well, amazing. So what I want you to do is I want you to flip the script. I want you to focus on those. And guess what? The hottest, perfect dude's going to come right up to you. If it's dudes you're into, is going to come up to you and just be like, it's just going to, like, you know, once you're focused on other things and you're joyful and you're happy, that's when everything else just comes right into your life. But when you're focusing on something that's kind of jinky for you, that's when something jinky comes to you, you know. So there's something, so you said you had a lot of ideas. I think there's going to be an integrative way that you're going to be focused on. Love it. I want you to fall head over heels with you. That's what I want. I want you to fall head over heels with you. I love it. So your last card, I'm really kind of excited. Can y'all see it? The last card is the Spread Your Wings card. I love this card. This means it is time for you to truly be you, to know it is time to just let go, jump off that cliff, know that the angels have got you, that you've got this, rock it. So, watch for those signs and symbols. Allow them to clear whatever it is that you're clearing. Make some crystal clear intentions of what you want your life to be in all aspects. Know that the ideas that you get are brilliant, and then step out in faith and do it. How about that? That is an amazing reading for you. I am so excited. I am so excited for you. How amazing is that? Oh my gosh. That's right, girls. Time to step out. I love it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because most people don't do that. 99%. Okay, so B. Bonita, you want to be next? Do you want to give me a subject or a topic that you would like to do one on? Oh, thank you so much. Yes, thank you to the angels for such a wonderful adore you and choir work. And Athena, I haven't forgotten about you. I know that you want to do one next. So, B. Bonita, did you have a subject or a topic that you want me to do on? On the East. Oh, amazing. Okay, so that's probably the brilliant idea. And I think that is a brilliant idea. Which the direction the angels want me to take. Okay, all right. It's kind of a general question, but that's totally cool if that's the way you like to resonate with it. Let's see. For anybody that's kind of late to the Periscope and wondering what I'm doing, I have a box here that's filled with angel-infused gems, and they sort of reset and recharge the cards, getting them ready, kind of clearing energetically the cards from the last reading so that they will be ready for the next reading. Okay, so which direction the angels want you to take? Okay, we can certainly tune into that and see. So I'm getting a 4-card story pull for you as well. You're filling me with such joy right now. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. Got a lot of those today. Oh. Okay. So your first card is the clairvoyance card. So what they're telling you in this one right here is for you to really start being aware. Being aware of the signs that are coming to you, being aware of really the ideas and the thoughts that are coming to your head, just really starting to own that the words that you get and the ideas that you're getting from Spirit are valid, and that they're really bringing you into that space to bring you down that perfect walk. All right, your second one, the clairsentience card. Now this one is about you really getting in line with your mind, body, and spirit system. So the way it works, I mean, let's just imagine for a second that you were God, and you were going to create the human body, and you wanted a way to convey to a human being the perfect path for him. But you didn't want to have to, you knew you already had so many things to hear, you already had so many things to see, you already had, so many other senses. So you wanted to give him a special sense of a way for him to be able to connect and see what kind of signs you're giving. Wouldn't it be great if you just decided to, when he felt good, he knew he was in, or she, and when he or she felt bad, they weren't in alignment? How simple would that be? So it's about you really learning, how to define your mind-body system. I know that when my ego is really kind of attacking me, it's usually a pain right up here in my forehead. And I know when Spirit is telling me something is wrong, I'm getting it like in my gut. And I know that for me, when the angels are excited, it's almost like there's like a little fire on my shoulders, and sometimes I feel almost like a shiver down my spine. So it's about really understanding, what your body system is telling you, because you are so in tune. So that's the second thing for you. So the first is just the knowings of what you're seeing and feeling and hearing, in your mind. And the second is really kind of starting to define what your body is telling you in each step of your path, because it will tell you. You have a weird feeling in your throat. A lot of time, well, that's where your throat chakra is. I wonder if perhaps you feel like there's something that you're either not able to vocalize or to write or to tell someone or something like that. Is that possible? Because the throat chakra can be any way that you express yourself. Right, holding back your voice. Do you feel like there's something that you haven't been saying, or something that you don't feel like you can say, or you don't know the way to tell it? Oh yes, the body tells you. Thank you, Great Healing. You know Gur, don't you? My Gur Great Healing knows that. So I'm wondering if that's what it is with your throat, because that's where that starts at. It also can be a little bit of grief. Sometimes grief can hold it back. That's true. So I'm just wondering for you, Benita, if that's true. Don't know how to tell it. You don't know how to tell the pain in your throat, or how your body system is responding to you. Which one is that, sweetheart? And while you're typing it in, I'm going to go to your next one. Your next one is clear your space with Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel is the Archangel Beauty. She's also the Feng Shui Archangel, my body system. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that, absolutely, because it's very important to know about that. So she really wants you to take self-care, extreme self-care. She wants you to declutter, and she wants you to know that you're beautiful. So, do you know that you're beautiful? Do you feel decluttered? I mean, decluttering can be in your mind, it can be in your office, it can be in your home space, it can be in your car, it can be in your closet. I think I told a story last night, your mind. Okay, and absolutely, it's about, thank you, Candace, that's absolutely true. Jophiel is amazing. And that's the other thing I was saying about it, can be grief there in your throat. If there's something in it that can be part of not expressing, something like that. And you can ask your throat chakra, what is it, that's not coming forward, for sure. So your last card is Take Back Your Power. I'm really feeling for you that, and I think this is part of your throat chakra, I'm really feeling for you that you don't really feel at a sense of power, that you're feeling kind of powerless, that you're feeling kind of out of whack, that you're feeling kind of put upon. I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's you feel not at a point of real reference in your own life, almost like you're living somebody else's life, or somebody else is really dictating who your life is. So it's about you really kind of stepping back into joy, to getting back into that universal mindset, learning about your body system. Really start asking your body, what is it that you're trying to tell me? Because the body, is always trying to tell us. Absolutely, we are totally holding you up. It's about just kind of learning your body and what it's really telling you. So look for like the signs in your gut. If that feels bad, for me that means that Spirit's telling me this is just not really for you. When I get kind of the shivers, that's telling me yes, we're really excited. When I get a pain up in my head, that's usually my ego. So that's the way it works for me. All I can do is I can attest to how the way that I intuit things. If especially when I'm tuning in for a client, if I feel like something in the small of my back, that's telling me that I'm holding something right here. Ladies are really, that's where you put your stuff. You put your stuff in your abdomen. So it's really telling you that you're really putting something there that doesn't really, that you need to really kind of let go of. And a lot of times for ladies, I find, a lot of issues either in the hips, the knees, or the feet. And usually where that comes from is that you are, for some reason, not really feeling like you can really step into your world. So oftentimes what I tell my clients as therapy is wherever on an even surface where you feel comfortable doing it, I want you to take a larger step than you're used to taking. And what that will do is it'll help you to really kind of learn how to step more boldly into your life. Because I find so many women take these short little steps. They don't really step. Your hips are off. And that's just very common. That's very, very common, for women. And a lot of times when your hips are off, especially, I don't know if it's the left or the right side. For the right side, it's usually family. It's almost like you're being pulled, in one way. And I'm feeling, I believe I'm picking up your discomfort right now. It's your left side. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of a discomfort right now in my back, and it can really kind of radiate. So if you'd like me to, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of release that a little bit. I'm feeling some kind of a cord. Would you like me to cut that cord for you? I'd be happy to cut that cord for you. I really feel it's coming out of the right side, but it just maybe be pulling you sideways a little bit. Is that okay for you? I always have to get permission before I do anything like that. Okay. Okay. And Archangel Raphael's come back, and he is healing that spot right now. Okay. So now my hip is actually going more over to the other side, because it's almost like that one side's been pulled so much. Now I'm almost kind of leaning this way for right now. So it's just about you really kind of tuning into that system, about you starting to listen to the signs, the I don't want to say voices, but you know what I mean, the knowings that you get in your head. It's about you clearing your space in your mind, so that, because when you crowd it full of things, how is spirit ever going to be able to get through? So it's about you really stepping into joy. What I always say is, you step into joy, take inspired action, and walk in faith. Y'all have to forgive me, I'm getting kind of tired, but I'm still here with y'all. So it's totally about doing that, and that's what I want. That's what I want you to do every time. When you're in a space of joy, you're always in a space of clarity. And you just do whatever you have to do to step into joy. If it's putting on a silly song and dancing and singing and jumping around the house, that's what it is. If you need to do it in the privacy of your home so nobody else can see you doing it, then that's great. On the original small, for about 20. Oh, cool. Alrighty, so really that's for you, clearing your space and taking back your power. And that's how you're going to take back your power. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So that's what I'm really excited for you. Now I'm getting kind of tired, but I told Mathena I would do a pull for her. Mathena, do you want to give me a topic or a subject? And that's probably going to have to be about it, because Pete's physical body is about to go to sleep, and I still have to get home tonight, which I don't live far away, so no worries. So Mathena, what can I do for you, my sweetheart? Trauma from past coming up. Okay, we do not want to leave you there, girl. We're going to get that cleared. Now, so tell me, rather than doing a card pull, I think that we could just do some releasing for you. Would you rather do releasing, or is there a question that you have about it, or is it just something that you... Oh, wow, I'm getting something in the holding space with you. It's happening for me, like in about the mid-lower back right now. Is that about where it resonates for you? Or if you'd like just to clear, because if it's just trauma from the past, we can release, or is there a question that you have about it? Which way is it for you? That's what I want to know. And then you have to give me the permission to release it for you. Are you with us, Mathena? Yes, and the heart. Alrighty, so is it just something you would like to just clear, or is there a question that you have? Because we can just work on clearing it. We don't have to delve into it. We can just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Which resonates with you, sweetheart? And while we're waiting for a response, let's see, I'm bringing to speak, but courage is lacking, not sure what I need. Okay, all right. So we'll go ahead and do a card pull for you, and we'll just kind of see, and then we'll set a little intention, and then I'll just kind of hold you in that space. Okay, I'm going to send Archangel Raphael to you right now. I see him encircling you in green, healing light. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release for myself what's in my back, and I'm hoping this will release you as well. Okay, that is released, and we'll go ahead and do a card pull for you, okay? I'm feeling for you, yeah, I'm feeling a past, present, future card pull for you. That's what I'm feeling for you. So Mathena, we'll do that real quick. Hmm. Okay. This is your past card, the spread your wings card. So this is your past. So what I get for you is that you just have finally decided, and this is up till now, you have finally decided to just kind of like shine your light. It's been a little bit tough on you to do that, and it's been a real walk in faith for you, but you've really just decided to kind of go out there and just rock your thing and just kind of, be you. So that's kind of what I'm getting for your past. Hmm. Your present is you know what to do. So this can be, and this is really can be a point of judgment, because sometimes what we know to do doesn't seem very grand. It doesn't seem grandiose enough. It's like, I'm not, showing up on Oprah. I'm not doing that. Maybe all I know to do is go load the dishwasher. But you know what to do. You know right at this moment what it is that you need to do to kind of move forward. Okay, so it's just owning that, not judging what it is that you're feeling intuitive to do, and just doing that. Okay? Interesting. Your future card is career transition. So, very interesting. I see something about, Tepsy, I need to have a schedule. You're so right. Thank you, Tepsy, for putting Pete on the corner. I love it. And I was actually going to talk about what I was going to be doing this weekend. So, career transition. Now, that can be either something that you do for a living, it doesn't necessarily mean you're changing companies, you're changing jobs, but something about your job may be changing. No, I don't want you to have one. Oh, you don't want me to have a schedule. Okay, well, girl, you should be happy then, because I don't. So, done and done. So, anyway, Mathena, it's possible that I'm not really getting for you that this is like a real. Okay, all right. And it seems like it's not that traumatic. It seems like it's fairly kind of like a flow for you. Does that make sense to you? I'm not really getting but now I'm getting a whole lot of pain in my back. But it doesn't seem like, or at least from the angel's point of view, it's not a real big thing. Is it a huge thing for you starting your own biz? Is that something that's really causing you a lot of trauma? Do you think is that where your trauma is coming up from? Do you think just starting your own biz, is that really kind of challenging you in some way? You tell me. Because as I say, I get this real feeling it's not that much, but that might be just the angels being like it's not that much. But I'm getting a lot of okay, because I'm just not getting that for you, and I'm really okay. So let's do a little bit of work on that, because we can't leave you there. Does it express in your back? Is that where the trauma expresses, or where does it really express for you? Because it's like right in the very mid range of my back, and it's really very 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 strong. Is that from you that I'm getting? Certainly from somebody. Sacral chakra. Okay, it's like right behind it. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's just release that. Is it okay if I'm assuming it's okay to release it, because I didn't really get your permission before. Is it okay to release that for you? So I'm putting up my cards? Yes. Thank you, my darling. I'm big on permission. Real big on permission. All right. So what I'm imagining beautiful white, and we can imagine if anybody that would like to join in on this, take my hand energetically. All right. So I'm imagining beautiful white light coming in through our toes. It's squishing everything out but love. Coming up our legs, past our knees, up our thighs, up to our hips. Now it's pushing right there. I want everybody to say joy, love, and peace. Joy, love, and peace. Joy, love, and peace. Joy, love, and peace. And Archangel Raphael is actually stroking the back of my hand right now. All right, it's releasing. Beautiful white light coming up, pushing up through our bodies, pushing everything out that is not love. And beautiful white light coming out of our crown chakra. Okay. I'm asking Archangel Raphael to come to you, Mathena, to envelop you in beautiful green healing energy. Mathena, I would like for you to contact me tomorrow on Facebook and let me know how you feel. I want to keep an update of how you feel and how you're doing, okay? If anybody wants to contact me, please go to facebook.com/theangelencourager. I do absolutely get back with everybody that messages me. I also invite you to get on my free newsletter. The sign up is right there. Every week I put out a new teaching. This Sunday's teaching is going to be Archangel Jophiel and decluttering. But Mathena, if you will please contact me. So what I was going to say is this coming weekend, I am so blessed. My boss has a thing called Possibilities in Paradise, and we're all going to Key West together. And so I am planning on really connecting. Oh, good. Okay. I'm planning on really connecting, and I'm planning on doing quite a few Periscopes there. So I'm going to, every opportunity that I can while I'm there, at pretty much all times of the day, just get on and do a little posting. Now, if you ever miss any of my postings, I do go ahead and put the videos on my Facebook page as well. So, oh, I wish you were coming too, my darling. It would be so much fun. But you'll be able to, well, I'm sure we're going to be doing lots of Periscoping. So, and you know, if there's anything, Tepsy, that you want to see while we're there, you just let me know and we'll go ahead and Periscope it as well. So, Pete's about to knock out for the night. I appreciate so much. I love all of you so much. You do not know the love, the great love that I have for you, the incredible love that the angels have for you, the incredible energy. Oh, you're sweating. In. Just the love that is just coming through the angels, through me to you. I just want to express that to you. You are all safe. You are all well. And all is well for you. I love you. Good night.